AlexCloud2275 stream. Hope you're all doing well this fine day. I'm doing good. Ready and raring to give you another fantastic episode of Final Fantasy XVI for my gaming pleasure and your viewing pleasure. I do ask that you do any likes, follows, comments, or subscribes that you may wish or want to do now or in the future. For now, however, we are going to do episode... What episode are we going to do? Ah, come on, Brian. We're going to do episode 77. Waloed, Woes. Might be 78. Yeah, I did spell Waloed correctly. And we are option 2 for our Echion. And yeah, we are going to make for Garnick. That prison complex, I believe.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Let's go. Sort out. Yeah, this is nobody's tool. Balmung Dark. That's the one. Bomb there. Lich. Cool. 8 chunks of whatever that matters.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Oh, what's this way?
Stay down!
Balmug Dark. Right of designation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train Kuza beasts for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and anyone therefore will be punished. Any mention therefore will be punished by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required to use the bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Let's check this key thing. Is it a key I have the... Do I have the key to it?
Locked up tight.
I thought I wouldn't have the key to it. Recommendation concerning Kazuya beast development. The Kazuya has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped a successful deployment in the battlefield might mean inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, the beast has proven capable of distinguishing between allies and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw the enemy's focus, and that the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve the maximum benefit with minimal loss to Waloed lives.
Minimal loss of Waloed lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Alright, and what's up?
Have care.
Always worth a look-see. Ooh, what's in here?
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Downstairs we go. Memorandum of the Kusa beast feeding. Recent supply shortages of Lestas was insufficient resources to feed the Kusa entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of the training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers, no longer of use for training purposes, now can be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Okay. Looks like we're going to open that gate together. Damn.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment. If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives for nothing. Take care. That creature might still be here somewhere.
And much like the bearers who were probably starving, that creature's probably real hungry.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Ah. Open door straight to an arena platform. Lovely. And that's not gonna scream, fight the monster, is it?
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground. I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson. You're safe now. We won't let it...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Okay. So it is a behemoth. Alright. Let's get ready for the fight of our lives. Level 1 I can see. Okay. Kuza Beast, rank A.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Get him! Too slow. Nice try. Think again.
Suck it, you giant monster. Another behemoth shackle.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Nobody's tool. Right.
Feeling ill? Take care.
Just making sure these are all cleared.
Greetings, Lord Marquis. I prithee do not risk yourself unduly.
More hunts. taken down. A monster born in the background down, and quite possibly the deadliest beast known to man. Sid, we beg you slay it, not only that the world might be a safer place, but the bearers who lost their lives to that vile creature might at last be avenged. Forgive our presumption, but knowing what we do with it, we doubt that any but you, could emerge from the cage victorious. That's Sambrak, that's Masterless Marauderer. Okay, that's in Waloed. The rest of the comrades were eaten by their pet. When it broke free from its bond, we shall never know. All we know is that none are left alive. Put an end to its rampage. Okay. And you're at half come in Waloed. Alright, yeah. Waloed's going back to Waloed because I've still got stuff to finish off there. It looks like I've got an S rank and B rank to do. But first things first. Masadame style has been used. Let's swap it for another blade. The Brave Blade. Go on. World map. Back to Waloed. That looks like that S rank monster. And we got there and there. Alright, let's go. You with me, Torgal? And brother Joshua? And oh, wait, we switched our Archeons. Archeon 3. The king. Okay.
Another of the Royalist guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is too. Thanks, boy.
Oh, that's quicker than I gave it credit for.
To me, boy. Let's try. Help me, boy.
Holy mother of God!
Attack! Too slow. This one. Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Already. All yours, Torgal. I'm hurt, Torgal. Nice try.
Oh, Granium and another behemoth shackle.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Whew. Alright. As long as we don't get to another, like, fight, we should be okay. But hey ho. Big boss done. Reroll. Option 5 it is. Which quest are you? An inconvenient truth. Ah.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Pick up what we can get when we can get it. Inspect. Royal Intelligence Training Report in the rate of the tragic fire of Karen event in 873 and the subsequent depletion of most of our highly practiced intelligences. All main strongholds were constructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatched promising volunteers to Stonehair for inspection. The report details progress made by the stronghold at Garrick in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of self-esteem intelligences.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Complete botany of Banes, Etriphidia of tails and wyvern, white of the flower and black of root, the latter in which gives out an inky gale. When cut or crushed, the tribesmen of the northern storm prick their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns around their arms and legs in the honor of their heathen gods. The goal is passing toxicate, that a single drop taken by the mouth may result in cramps most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, or if applied to a wound, certain death. Should a slip of the needle end a young warrior's life, it is said that his skin print failed to find favour among the heavens.
His interests were certainly varied.
The folklorist's fabulary, the Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often than Valisthea's folktales than the humble Moogle. Though they occasionally paint them mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps, most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labours. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs in the morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, excepting the tail, large dark wings, by which they are somehow able to make flight, and brightly coloured pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everyone knows that Moogles are stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth. And in the case of the Moogle, the fact may not be so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries lists white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and the illustrations beside the name, why, none other than the Moogle. Of course, it is true that creatures are not known to still survive in the twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they hunted to extinction, or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away from human view. Inspect from a distance. Chapter 16, The Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title for which those with the gift came to be commonly known, as much like a contraction, bearer of the heavenly blessing. The word used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with a blessing were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, the reverence of their kind would become full-fledged religion by the bearers themselves, and development that would prove fateful. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers' forebearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist the persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, a growing rift for those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beating and street clashes would eventually spill over into all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bearers both, a deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an everlasting mark upon the minds of the Valistherian people. After the bearers' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valisthea came together to sign the Continental Accord that enated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. It's a well-known thing: bearers are other than human, has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessing to decide their own destinies.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leave Garnick.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
But not after we do more than words. No, Litany of Errors is the one we're doing.
That's better. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as the instructor shall dictate, the furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased, live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Bad Batch Conservatory, written corporations. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby incorporates this institution wherein juvenile bearers are granted the opportunity to give themselves service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumb to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. Graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposable within its bounds is punishable by death.
Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children to be turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. Had I not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me, my daughters, my wife's, all of them, all those children, so many died at my hand. I could bear the guilt no longer. So I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject upon them. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and my innards and into my accursed cause beneath the white tree, whose crooked hands reach the sky in supplication, and beside me my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Quest destination nearby.
A forked white tree. This must be the place.
Something bad's bound to happen.
Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Oh. 846V16. Hans, 10 years old, letification. Alfred, 9 years old, succumbed to the conditioning. Letification. Emaciation, 10. Bruno, 11, discipline for the fight. Reinhard, succumbed to the conditioning. Liftification, emaciation.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
But that's going to be the end of the stream, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Do any likes, follows, comments, or subscribes that you may wish you want to do. We will get that diary back, but we also have a beast to fight in the Crevice place. But yeah, pretty productive stream. 2 behemoths down, 1 A rank, 1 behemoth king. And 3 side missions done. Now we got our last hunt, and then that'll be it for Waloed. So for now, I will catch you in the future.